Welcome back to the Blacktop out here in Tenino, where it's time to wrap this one up with the Alderson's Awards West post-game show. For trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more, go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. I am Matthew King, joined alongside Keith King. Your final score, the Montesano Bulldogs hang on to get the 2-1 win over a very game Tenino Beavers squad. This one was really a thriller. In the first half, both teams kind of split possession 50-50. Both teams had their looks. Both teams had opportunities. Both goalies came up with some big saves, but in the 16th minute, Giovanni Torres would find the back of the net, just keeping it inside to put the Bulldogs up 1-0 in the 16th minute. That'd be it for the scoring in the first half. Going to halftime, still 1-0. Second half, the first 15 minutes of the second half were just dominated by Montesano. They possessed the ball pretty much the entire 15 minutes, had many looks, couldn't find that second goal. Reichelderfer was just phenomenal in goal once again for the Beavers, coming up with some big saves, and Montesano were just missing on some looks, and the handballs really slowed down their momentum a lot. 4 handballs called on the Bulldogs there in the second half. Then Tenino started turning it up after the first 15 of the second half. They started getting those looks, and finally, with 8 minutes to go in the 72nd minute, Tyler Manarich finds the equalizer, puts Tenino on the board to tie it up 1-1 on a goal that just couldn't be reeled in by Jaden McElravy. He got a hand on it, and it just slowly rolled past him into the goal. Then immediately later, and I mean immediately later, in the 73rd minute, Felix Romero answers to put Montesano back up 2-1, and that would end up being the final. Montesano able to outlast Tenino, and I think that's what it came down to. Montesano, the depth of their bench, they were able to keep their players a little bit more fresh than Tenino, who are still missing a few guys, only had 3 subs out there. They started looking a little bit gassed, not having played in 12 days compared to 14 for Montesano, but again, those 2 days don't have as much of an effect when you have the subs that Montesano does. Let's get into our players of the game now. First, for our home team MVP, brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Chehalis, Centralia, and South Bend. Strong today, strong tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. For the Tenino Beavers, a couple players really playing well, especially in that second half. We are going to have to go with the goal scorer, Tyler Manarich. He comes up with a big equalizer. Had a couple of more looks. He was really doing a nice job of finding the open space, finding the opportunity to get some shots off, putting pressure on Montesano. Just couldn't find the net except for that one goal. Could not find that second to try and get this Tenino offense some momentum, some goals to kind of boost everyone's spirit, I guess. Make them believe, kind of give them that second wind. A goal gives you that extra boost of energy. They weren't able to find that second one. Manarich did get the one, though, so he is our Thorbeck's MVP. Now let's get to our visiting team MVP, brought to you by Pacific Sports Spa in Chehalis. Pacific Sports Spa getting you back in the game in a hurry and is the leader in rapid recovery. Go get yourself game ready at Pacific Sports Spa. For Montesano, we got to go with the keeper, Jaden McElravy. A great performance. Was really pressured a lot in that second half. He came up with some big stops. Stepped up, had a couple of really tough, awkward looks he was able to fend off. Just did a real nice job for him. After a first half where he didn't have too much pressure, the pressure got turned up there after the first 15 of the second half, and he had to step up in a big way, and he did. Even on the one goal, got a hand on it, just snuck through. Luckily for him and the Bulldogs, it does not come back to bite him. So congratulations to Jaden McElravy and Tyler Manarich, our MVPs of this one. Coming up next for both these squads after a long layoff, they're going to be right back at it here coming up on Friday. Tenino, they'll be on the road visiting Raymond, trying to get back in the win column. Montesano, they also hit the road. A big-time rematch coming up with Forks. That is going to be a very intriguing one. Can the Bulldogs show that the first time wasn't a fluke? They cannot overlook that Forks squad. It is a tough week for Montesano, but they do pass the test tonight. Your final score, once again, Montesano knocks off Tenino 2-1. For Keith King, I am Matt King. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Wednesday night, and we hope to see you down the road once again for more high school sports here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Have a good rest of your night.